So I'm gonna let y'all kind of follow along as I diagnose. We've got a Saturn Vue, maybe. I think that's what it is. It's not running, and you can see we've got fuel level sensor circuit high voltage, fuel pump relay control circuit high voltage. So right off the bat, I'm thinking we've got a bad ground somewhere, or we've got a grounding issue causing the high voltage codes. The fuel pump relay control circuit high voltage is the main one that's coming back, plus a coolant temp voltage or coolant level sensor voltage. So we will look at a wiring diagram and see what's up with that, and see if the coolant sensor has anything in common as far as the diagram goes with the fuel pump relay. So looking at a little diagram, this is going to be our fuel pump relay. This is going to be hot off the fuel pump fuse, and then when your relay activates, closes the switch, and this gray wire right here goes down to the fuel pump. So right here you've got your switch side. So this dark green is more likely going to be controlled by the ignition switch or the PCM, and then it's grounded on ground 101 Ford lamp ground splice pack. So we're going to be curious if this section right here has got a good ground on it. If it doesn't, that means it can't make the magnetic field to close the switch, and hopefully that's what our problem is. So what we'll do is we'll go out here and we'll figure out which pin is which, and we'll test this ground. Real quick, looking at our data, we can see that the PCM wire, dark green, is circuit 465, and then the gray wire going to the fuel pump is circuit 120. So we know which circuits those are. Now we'll want to come back over here and we'll look at this pin out. So we know what 465 is, and we know what 120 is. It's showing this part of the relay is going to be your B+. So we just made a quick sketch of our relay, and we'll be able to look on the back of a relay and verify this. But you've got a 4-pin relay. This pin should be ground. This pin should be going to the fuel pump. This pin should be positive power from the fuel pump fuse, and this pin should be the PCM command. So you'll have a little field between these two, and when the PCM sends this power, it creates a magnetic field that pulls the switch and connects B+ to 120 right here. Hopefully y'all understand that. If not, let me know in the comments and I'll explain. I'll do a whole video on relays. If you don't understand relays, they're super simple once you learn them. So let's go out here and take a look at it and see what we've got. So we're looking at the car. We got our fancy little piece of paper. We're going to check out, take some readings. Going to find your fuse box right here, and then we're going to look on this, if y'all can read, and the fuel pump fuse is right there, or relay, my bad. So we're looking at the second one over. Looking at being this one. There is some corrosion on them. What I was telling you, you could tell by the relay if you look at the back. It'll give you kind of a schematic. So 85 and 86, they're going to be your control wires. That's going to be 150 the ground, and then it's also going to be the 465. So it's going to be this one and this one on our diagram, and then 87 and 30 should be our power side coming off the fuel pump fuse, and 87 should be the fuel pump itself. And when it energizes, it switches over, closes that circuit, sends power through. So let's take a look. First things first, we want to see if we got a ground. So to do that, see if we can hook it right there and see what we get. Alright, so we're getting 12.3 volts. Now let's go right here and check. See if it's swapped to ohms. See, in this one right here, she's showing 164 ohms. So if that's the case, there's a bad ground, no doubt. Now, let's look at our B plus side or positive side, so it should be the next one forward. Let's see if y'all can see what I'm doing. Not really. Let me get y'all a better view real quick. Basically, we're just checking the holes that this relay goes into. You can see the corrosion there. Now you don't want to jab us down in there. We're just touching the terminals. And on that ground, we got 160 something ohms of resistance, so that's pretty high. Let's see if we got B plus power. Yeah, she's jumping around a little bit, and it's a little low. That may be just because I've got it against the pin, but power's a little low there. We got 12.5 on that. So we've got voltage there like we're supposed to. It looks a little low. Now when we look over here at our 465, that's going to be our PCM signal. So when we turn the key on, you normally hear your fuel pump come on. That should energize and we should see some power on this. So let's see if we can do that. Leave out right there. We'll just set this down in there, maybe to make good enough connection. See, right now it's showing kilo ohms. Let's see what it does. So she's only showing going up to 5 volts. This thing is going to have some electrical issues. But as you can see from the car, she's sat for a while. So either way, we're going to look at our ground first. Since we had high voltage, our ground's bad. Let's see where that ground's supposed to be at and see if we can fix that. Curiosity got the best of me. So we've got a relay halfway back in, and I'm going to short our negative to the negative pin on the relay. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but you can hear the fuel pump relay clicking, as well as several other, but we still don't hear our fuel pump. So we're going to run some test leads right here to the back of the car and see if we're getting power to our fuel pump, see if we're getting ground to our fuel pump. Alright, so I couldn't help myself, I jumped ahead again. We supplied ground to our relay, had it activated, went back here to check power at the fuel pump, no power. So I thought that was kind of odd, and it could be a bad relay. We have checked our fuel pump fuse, so what I did, I went ahead and jumped our pins from the power, the B plus right here, to the fuel pump load side. So we've got a pin in the power side, then a pin in the fuel pump side. So basically we're bypassing the relay system right now and just applying direct power from the fuse box back here to the fuel pump. So let's go check and see if we've got it. Now, it's not the best lighting, and somebody has graciously enough cut us a hole in the floorboard to get right to this fuel pump. And we've got our test leads back here, and our gray wire is this first one. And when we touch it, we are lighting up, so we know our circuit is good from back there. And now I can swap these leads over to the positive and check this ground. So let me set it down and do that. Alright, so I swapped our leads over. We're going to check for ground right here. Get to it. So we do have ground. So we've got a good ground, and we've got good power as long as we're jumping that relay. So this tells us two things. One, we've got a bad ground to the fuse box. Two, we've got a bad relay. But another odd thing, when you have straight power coming back here, if you pay attention to the lights, when you go to plug it up, the lights dim out. Our fuel pump is shorted out as well. So problem on top of problem. Car's a little rough. Shouldn't really be working on it, but it is what it is. Obviously, from the looks of the car, it's had a rough life. It's probably sitting in the field for the last few years. So we'll have to contact the customer and see if they want to pay for going through and figuring out all this stuff, or if they want to come get it and start tanking on it themselves again. They told me they put a fuel pump in it. The fuel pump don't look new, so I don't know if they pulled the fuel pump out of something else or what the deal is on that. But either way, if y'all are interested in kind of following along, this probably wasn't the best video. It's kind of spur of the moment. But if you're interested in these videos where I kind of show you how my thought process works when diagnosing this stuff, let me know and I'll try to do some more of them. But this is a rough one. The first one's a pretty rough vehicle, so I guess we're going in full force in the very beginning. But yeah, we could swap the relay, but we know jumping our power, we know our power supply is good in the fuse box, because jumping our pins, we get power all the way back there. So we know our circuit all the way to the fuel pump is good. We know our ground all the way to the fuel pump is good, or at least good enough to apply a test slide. So it's a decent ground, you know, at least. So we're going to have to figure out the ground for the relay control, and then we're going to figure out something on the fuel pump, because when you plug that fuel pump on, it shouldn't be pulling the lights down like that. And it does have 12 volts on the system, so that's kind of concerning. I did go back there and measure the resistance on the pump, and it's only got a half an ohm of resistance. So sometimes you'll have more than an ohm of resistance in a circuit. So that means the windings in the pump, pretty much the pump's shorted out. So it'll have to have a new pump. It's gonna have to have a new relay, and it's gonna have to have the ground fixed to the fuse box. So there's several issues we've got going on with the car sitting up like it probably has. That's got a lot to do with it. I don't know what else it's got going on, but we know that's what we've got dealing with the fuel pump anyway. So we'll contact the customer and we'll see what they want to do. If they want to pay to go further in diagnostics, it may end up being a fuse box. It may be a bad ground wire. It's hard to tell. I know you can see where mice have been in the car, so it could be rodent damage on one of the harnesses. But if y'all are interested in this type of stuff and he says, hey, go ahead with it, we'll dig into it and we'll find out what's wrong with it. But anyways, wasn't the best video. It's definitely not the best car to do this with, but it's spur of the moment. You know I enjoy watching how certain people diagnose things, and I thought y'all could find some use out of it. So if you do, if this kind of thing interests you, seeing how something works or how you figure out what's wrong with it, let me know in the comments and I'll start doing more of those instead of just the how to replace parts type stuff. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know too. But see y'all in the next video.